Hello everyone, I hope y'all are having a great evening. Today I'm going to continue embellishing the Dollar Tree snowflake ornaments. Tonight I believe I'm going to use some blues and aquas and whites and silvers, kind of the frozen colors. I'm not going to be making these ornaments to go on a tree, although you could do that of course. I'm going to be using these as little ornaments to put on these small bottles of white Zinfandel for my co-workers. If your co-workers do not drink alcohol, of course you could use apple juice or non-alcoholic grape juice, or the carbonated grape juice that you can get also in your local grocery store, or we can here in Tennessee anyway. But all of my co-workers enjoy their wine, including myself, so I'm going to give them this along with a couple of other little goodies. So I'm going to be embellishing these little snowflakes. They're pretty the way they are, but I'm just going to dress them up a little bit. I'm going to take this snowflake and I'm going to embellish with some blues and some light blues and some aquas, and maybe put a little bit of this glitter on it as well. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do. I'm going to make each one of them different. Just play around with it and we'll see what we come up with. Okay, on the first one, I think what I'm going to start out doing is I'm going to take this cobalt blue gem that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to glue it into the center. Now this has a point at the top of it. You could put a hole in the middle of your snowflake and put the point down there, but I'm not that picky. So I'm just going to glue this on. I am going to add a little bit of extra white glitter to it. I think that'll make it more sparkly since it's not going to go under a Christmas tree and it's just going to go on the little wine bottles here. And then I'm going to, I think, take some of this royal blue, cobalt blue tulle, and I'm going to weave that around the center of the snowflake. And then I'm going to add some sequins, and we'll see how this one turns out. Okay, now I've got a piece of tulle here. It's approximately 16 inches long. You can adjust it according to how you want to, if you're going to use it on a tree, if you're going to use it as a gift tag. Like I said, in this case, I'm going to be using it for my little bottles of Zinfandel. And you can always cut it longer and trim it off afterwards. Now, what I do is I usually take the strip and fold it in half like this, so you've got kind of a loop thing at the top. And then I take it and then I start weaving it around my dendrites, or little crystal things here on my snowflake. Now I'm going to have about this much right here is how much I want to leave for around it. So I'm going to start about right here, and I'm going to start weaving inside of the snowflake. And if you see my other videos, what I normally do is just kind of twist it a little bit and go in and out, in and out, in and out. And just weave it around those little dendrites or crystals, branches, whatever you call them. Once you get that all tied off in the back and trimmed in the back, I do put a little bit of glue back here in the back just to keep it from coming unknotted and to make it a little bit neater. Okay, and once you've got all your tulle around here, you have got a little hanging thing here. And like I said before in my previous videos, you can also use ribbon for this, or string, or just about anything. I'm going to be putting some more embellishments on here, but I wanted to kind of give you an idea of what it's going to look like hanging around the neck of the wine bottle. So it's going to kind of look like this. Now I'm going to put a little more embellishments on it. I will give you a quick tip on this though. These jewels here can get kind of dull when you're handling them and putting all these embellishments on here. I keep a little spray bottle, just a tiny little spray bottle of alcohol on hand, and just lightly spray those gems. And I take a paper towel or a tissue and just lightly rub it, and it brings the sparkle right back. Takes all the oil that you've put on there from your fingers and all the dust and everything, and it just kind of makes it sparkle again. So that's just a little tip. Like I said, I keep this little small bottle of alcohol, and that keeps it clean pretty well. So let's get some more embellishments on here and on to the next one. Okay, another quick tip here. You can certainly use the hot glue if you're going to put more big gems on the dendrites here on your snowflake. But if you're going to be using sequins, which I am on this one, you're better off using tacky glue, because that way you can move it around, and when you get all the sequins on there, you can take your tweezers and arrange them and make sure they're all lined up the way you want them to be. And another tip is, once you get the tacky glue on here, just put you a little tiny dab on here. If you take your tweezers and just dab it in the glue, just there, just a little bit, and come over here and pick up a sequin, just like that, you can put it on there very easily. So instead of trying to pick them up individually with your tweezers, just dab a little bit in the glue and come over here, and it'll get one out of your box here. You can see that. Let me do one more here so you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll put my little dab of glue on here. I'm going to dab my tweezers in it just a little bit. Come over here. I'm going to pick up a sequin and just drop it right on there. Just makes it much, much, much easier to work with. And then that way, by using the tacky glue, you can just make sure you've got all of your sequins lined up, just like that. So let's add some more embellishments on here and see how this one turns out. Finish up on this first one that I've done here. As you can see, I've used the cobalt blue as the center, and for the tool that I've tied around here to make the hanger, I put cobalt blue sequins on the edges and some teal green ones on the inside. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more bling bling to it. This is something I also got at the Dollar Tree, and I got a lot of colors of this. They had a lot of colors of this: red, green, orange, a purple, a bright fuchsia blue color. I'm sorry, a fuchsia pink color. But I thought this teal would be really pretty on here, and it's very flexible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off some of these little jewels here, and I'm going to put them around the center of around the cobalt blue gem in the middle of this. So let's see how this looks. Hope it don't make it look too tacky, but I think it's looking pretty so far. Let's see what we can come up with.